The hip hop school, past and present.
One crazy funny moment was we were in Boston, in Worcester, Massachusetts, recording the 456 album, and it was a snowstorm. And the place we were recording at, we found out was considered to be a haunted studio. And we thought so because a lot of weird shit was happening the whole time we were there that just didn't make no sense, a lot of paranormal stuff. And they wouldn't say anything to us because they were afraid we were going to leave. But the snowstorm started, and it was saying it was going to be like 2-3 foot of snow, and we were going to be stuck. I had to get to work the next day. G Rap wanted to get out of there, and my wife is with me and some other cats, and we're sitting there, and we're working on the last song, and then the tape machine just stops. And we're like, yo, what the hell's going on? So all the engineers come in the studio, they're in the back room, and we found out. Then one of the guys started telling us, we're like, yo, this place is crazy. Some of y'all need to tell us about this studio. And the guy starts laughing. So he tells us a story about like a lot of rock cats use that studio. Big rock bands would use that studio. And I forgot if it was U2 or somebody that was there. And he said that the drummer recorded in nighttime and the group recorded in the daytime. And so they were there working. And one night, the drummer, after a week of being there, came in the studio and was like, hey, who's the young lady that cooks the food? Because they always had food ready for you 24 hours a day. And he was like, man, she be throwing down with that food. And, you know, she's always down there knitting her sweaters and we be talking. And the engineer was like, who are you talking about? And he was like, the young lady, the young girl. Like, I forget her name. And he was like, dude, I don't know. There's no young girl in the studio. Who are you talking about? He was like, the cook. He's like, there's no cook. And what it was is that many moons ago, like in the 1800s, the family that owned that property was on a farm called, I forgot the name of the studio, but it was on a farm. A young girl died in a barn. The barn caught fire and she died. Her name was Emily. So that the barn still, they fixed the barn, it's still there, and there's a room. The second floor was like a bedroom. At night, you could see a shadow walking around that room. And me and G Rap saw it many times and didn't know what it was. We didn't think about it. But it's her shadow that would roam the room. Nobody would ever go in the barn. So when the stuff stopped, G Rap was like, yo, Emily's telling us let's get the fuck out of the studio. He's like, she wants us gone. She doesn't want to hear anymore. So he was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. And I'm sitting at the booth. We like 2 hours go by and they can't get anything to work. And out of the blue, the tapes just started rolling. The reels just started playing. And everybody's looking around like, yo, all the engineers run out the room and he's like, what did you do? And I was the only person at the desk. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I thought y'all fixed it. They was like, no, we didn't know what to do. No one knew what to do. The music just randomly started playing. G-Rap was like, yo, y'all, let's pack up. We're leaving. We're not even recording. And we just all got
a ghost kicked y'all out of the studio. So y'all got kicked out of the studio by a ghost.
That nigga told a ghost story.
The hip hop school, past and present podcast.